Gold Rush Preview. Parker Schnabel shut down because of Klondike Monsoon. Experienced miners like Gold Rush star Parker Schnabel can handle pretty much anything. But it looks like a Klondike Monsoon has beat out the surly miner. According to the latest Discovery Preview tweet, Parker Schnabel makes a mistake that could sideline his $1 million gold mining operation indefinitely. What do we know about the latest episode entitled Stormageddon? The Gold Rush Season 9 Episode 8 preview shows our intrepid gold miners dealing with 3 full days of a Klondike monsoon. Not only is Parker Schnabel behind in gold totals this season, but now he has a mucky mess of mud to mine. The heavy rains made the pay clump up and now the wash plant is clogged. This is unlike any season before. Parker's mechanic Mitch Blashed is shown running towards Parker and telling him to stop running the wet dirt. The dirt is affected by the heavy rains, but now it's worse with the additional water from the washer plant. Parker runs to the plant and sees the backed up pay dirt for himself. He swears and surprisingly admits he is to blame. Parker Schnabel knows he totally messed this up. This may be the season. Mitch tells Parker that he needs to take out the mud and let it dry out before running it in the washer. Otherwise, the wet dirt is backing it all up. This means even more days of inactivity, and Gold Rush fans know that hard-working Parker is not about to halt his gold production because of wet dirt. Can he find dry dirt to mine? New Gold Rush mining boss Rick Ness has his own issues to deal with. Parker Schnabel's former foreman has to beat out a Klondike monsoon. Rick also has equipment precariously placed in the claim. Can he move everything in time? What about Tony Beats and his crew? Nothing has been previewed as of yet, but surely Tony will have some of his own water issues with his ginormous mining equipment. Thankfully, Joanna Barra is now on the team. Odds are that Todd Hoffman's former mechanic will have similar mud issues as Parker Schnabel. It will be curious to see how Tony and Dwan resolve their mud problems. What do you think about Klondike Monsoon? Do you think that Parker Schnabel will get his 6,000 ounces of gold this season? Let us know your predictions in the comments, and don't miss watching the new episodes of Gold Rush Season 9 on Fridays on Discovery. Georgia Macchiatallo has several decades of writing experience, including travel writing, tech writing, art history analysis, and now entertainment writing. She loves to share the latest news on rom-coms and mysteries. Gold Rush Preview. Parker Schnabel shut down because of Klondike monsoon. As the Klondike region of the Yukon enters another intense mining season, a sudden and unprecedented challenge threatens to derail the ambitious plans of one of the most successful gold miners in the world, Parker Schnabel. Known for his relentless work ethic and sharp mining acumen, Parker has built his operation from the ground up. However, in the upcoming episode of Gold Rush, fans will witness a new obstacle that even Parker's seasoned expertise might not be able to overcome. A brutal Klondike monsoon that halts his operation entirely. The calm before the storm. At the beginning of the season, Parker's operation was poised to break new ground. After a record-breaking year, he and his crew had secured one of the most lucrative mining sites in the Klondike. The initial signs were promising. Parker's team had worked tirelessly to expand their equipment, adding new machinery and refining their techniques. The forecast looked bright, both for the weather and for their gold prospects. Parker's goal was clear: to outdo his previous earnings and hit the coveted 4,000-ounce mark, a milestone that had become the symbol of his increasing dominance in the mining world. With his operations running like a well-oiled machine and new strategies in place, the expectation was that 2024 would be a year of growth and success. But nature had other plans. A monsoon hits the Klondike, the episode that fans will see unfold. A catastrophic weather event takes everyone by surprise. The typically harsh, unpredictable weather of the Yukon takes a dramatic turn as a monsoon-like storm descends upon the Klondike. What begins as a light drizzle soon escalates into torrential rains that flood the entire region. This type of rainstorm, though not entirely unheard of, is incredibly rare in the Klondike, and its scale is far beyond what anyone could have anticipated. The weather rapidly worsens, and the effects are devastating. What was once a promising mining season quickly turns into a race against the clock, with Parker and his crew scrambling to protect their operation from the floods. The heavy rainfall doesn't just create mudslides and flooded ground. It directly impacts Parker's most critical asset, the mining equipment. A halt to operations as Parker assesses the damage. It becomes clear that the monsoon has browed. The ground is too saturated to work, and the water levels have risen to dangerous heights. With floodwaters now covering parts of his mine site, there's no way to safely operate the heavy machinery that had been crucial to his progress. Not only does this spell a delay in Parker's ambitious timeline, but it also brings the very real threat of losing a substantial portion of the season's gold haul. The storm leaves Parker in a vulnerable position. Though his team has weathered numerous challenges over the years, from mechanical failures to financial setbacks, this is different. This time, it's not just a matter of skill and grit. It's about controlling forces far beyond their control. The rain continues to pour, with no signs of stopping. Roads leading to and from the mining site are now impassable, and the heavy machinery is stuck in the mud, unable to move or function. Parker faces a tough decision: wait out the storm and risk losing precious mining time, or pull the crew and equipment back to safety before things get worse. The pressure is mounting, not only from the weather, but also from the ticking clock of the mining season. Parker has already invested significant resources into the operation, and every day spent idle means a further setback in his quest for gold. The real challenge: battling the elements. In the latest Gold Rush preview, viewers are given a front-row seat to the emotional and physical toll that the storm takes on Parker and his team. As the storm intensifies, the crew's resolve is tested. Parker's frustration is evident, but his experience as a miner shines through as he struggles to find solutions amidst the chaos. What makes this moment especially intense is the sense of helplessness that Parker feels. For a man who has faced down avalanches, mechanical breakdowns, and equipment failures, this is a new kind of challenge, an uncontrollable natural force. In one particularly gripping scene, Parker stands outside in the pouring rain, gazing over the flooded terrain, trying to come to terms with the reality of what has just happened. Parker's team, which includes his trusted crew members like Rick Ness and Mitch Blaschke, are equally on edge. Each member knows how important this season is for their futures, both financially and personally. The shared anxiety becomes palpable as the storm rages on. At the same time, viewers are reminded of how much these miners rely on one another to overcome the unpredictable challenges of the Klondike. A test of leadership. Parker's leadership skills are put to the ultimate test. It's not just about managing the logistics of the operation. It's about maintaining morale when everything feels like it's slipping away. At one point, Parker's team starts to question whether the gold is worth the devastation caused by the storm. But Parker, despite the overwhelming odds, digs deep to reassure his crew. His leadership becomes a beacon of hope in a season that seems destined to be defined by disaster. In these moments, it's clear that Parker has grown far beyond the cocky young miner who started out years ago on Gold Rush. Now he's a seasoned leader, accustomed to navigating the complexities of the mining world. But this storm is an unpredictable wild card, and even Parker's experience can't entirely shield him from its effects. Looking ahead as the storm clouds begin to clear, it's uncertain what the aftermath will hold. Parker and his team are left to assess the damage, not just to their equipment, but to their prospects for the season. Can they make up for lost time? Will they be able to salvage enough of the gold from their efforts to make this season a success? The answers remain uncertain. But one thing is for sure. Parker Schnabel is not one to back down from a challenge. The monsoon might have put a temporary stop to his operations, but his determination and work ethic will drive him forward. The preview ends on a tense cliffhanger, leaving fans wondering how Parker will adapt to the new reality, and whether he can still achieve his gold goals in a season that's already turned upside down. The next episode of Gold Rush promises to be an emotional roller coaster, with Parker's leadership, resilience, and ability to navigate the unexpected put to the ultimate test. As viewers tune in, they'll witness not only the physical and logistical challenges of gold mining, but also the mental and emotional fortitude it takes to survive in the wild, unforgiving world of the Klondike.